Hey everyone, how's it going? So, I made this animation because it's going to be part of the new stuff I'm going to do with Eva. Honestly, I felt like starting up with Eva again, mainly to study a bit more, try out new things, improve the animation, everything. So I came up with this story that's actually about what happened to Eva after the series ended. In other words, when she stopped being an actress and had to return to her sad world. So, well, I'll tell you more about that as I make progress. But I made this video mainly to really test out the character to see if her clothes would tear, what things... I found a flaw, which I'll mention at the end, but first I wanted to tell you what I used. So, well, let's take a look at the workflow to do this quickly in a week. That's why I keep choosing this way of working, because I can place the characters in a scene, add the animations, set up the cameras, make changes, in other words, do the work of a film director and not be limited by other things like everything I see so far with AI for video generation, where I see multiple limitations just to create a small scene like this, right? Where there are many cameras and lots of... with AI I could never achieve the consistency of characters and scenes and all these things we already know. So, well, let's take a look at what I used. Well, for the share the creator characters, one is Eva's character, obviously, which I built myself, and the other is a share the creator character that I took directly from the marketplace and placed there. Then for the animations I used actor core packs, which I think are really good because these are things I couldn't do on my own, just with the suit. Plus, the animations are really well polished, so for anything involving fighting, I always use the actor core packs. You can buy them individually or purchase a whole pack of any of these animations. Otherwise, we would have to go to a studio where there are actors who know how to do action scenes, and obviously that's much more expensive. The fight animations, of course, I put them into Iclone and from there exported them to Unreal. Then for those people in the background jumping and so on, I use those simple characters from Share the Creator, which are low poly, let's say very generic, but since they're just going to be in the background, kind of blurred, you can't really tell if they have facial expressions or not. So for that I put on the suit and sent over all the animations of the little guys jumping. Well, obviously in Unreal, since that's the workflow I use, I put everything in there. I took one of the environments that I remember I had downloaded for free once when it was available, and well, I put everything there. But here I used the Unreal Camera plugin called Black Ace. I think it's called Black Ace. I don't quite remember, but yes, I used that one. What it does is track the character or a specific part of the character. There are also videos about this on the channel. But this is great for me because when I change the animations, the camera automatically repositions itself where it needs to be. So that's why I thought this plugin was really good when it came out. I just jumped right in and bought it. Now it's even cheaper. I think there was a 70% discount. I'm not sure if it's still available, but anyway, check it out. The conclusion to all this, what was the point of doing something like this? Well, first I wanted to have some fun and make an animation outside of work, something just for me, and to think about how I'm going to continue with Eva. So this really motivated me. That's the main goal of all this. And the second reason, as I mentioned, is to test the character, to see if the clothing works well, if anything breaks, or if there are any issues. And yes, I did notice that there's a problem when she raises her arms. That's something I need to fix. I'm sure I can correct it with Character Creator. What happens is that holes appear in the armpits, and it looks like she hasn't shaved, but... well, Character Creator has options to improve the mesh, and if not, I'll just patch it up and that'll be it. But anyway, that's why I say these exercises are useful to test if the character turns out well. So now all I have left is to write the script. There won't be 21 episodes like I did last time because that would be crazy, but I want to do at least 4, but with higher production quality. So if you have any way to say, I could help out with something, I don't know, just send a message. It's never a bad idea, and we can see what we can do together. Alright folks, I'll leave you now and see you in the next little video.